world. How are you guys doing today? It's exactly what I want to hear. My name is Alfred, and I am the content director for Screenshot, and we are super, super excited for everyone to be here. Whether you're here with us right now or at home, we are super excited to share with you our vision for Phase 2. Now, let me walk you through exactly what we're going to discuss today. Now, we have 3 presentations throughout this event, and given our cinematic ambitions, we're calling them a trilogy. So now we're going to start first with our vision, followed by our origins, and lastly, sync. And at the end of each episode, we hope to share with you a little special surprise. And now, let me introduce to you the newest member of the Screenshot team. With over 10 years of experience in operations and working for some household names such as Activision and Riot, he has touched vibrant IPs such as Call of Duty and League of Legends. So without further ado, please let me introduce to you our freshly minted COO, Loic.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. All right. Thank you so much for the intro, Alfred. Oh, yeah. Thanks for that. I'm going to need that. Going to need this. All right, guys. Before we get into the vision, I want to say how awesome it is to be here. It's just magic to see you all and be here today. Super privileged to share this moment with you guys. I want to share a little bit about myself. Alfred kind of warmed up to it. I've been drawn to the entertainment industry since I can remember, frankly. And from gaming to movies to anime, anything that really I can have an emotional connection to has been kind of leading my life. And that kind of led me to meeting the Screenshot team. And from the moment I met with those guys, the very first day, the very first meeting, I felt a really strong connection in terms of the creative vision that they had, right? Laser focused on innovation, bringing world-class IPs to the world. And last but not least, really truly caring for the people we're building for, you guys. So throughout my career, I learned a lot about what great teams are made of. I also learned a lot about how to scale IPs to worldwide audiences, and this is exactly what I'm here to do. I'll do everything to bring the Everai to the next level, and this is where we're going. So, okay, enough about me. Let's talk about the vision. Thank you. So the long-term ambition is to develop Everai into a storytelling, cinematic IP and experience. The vision relies on a trilogy of priorities that we need to hit in the near term to make sure that we're on track. First and foremost, we're crafting the foundation story that will act as a catalyst, like a Big Bang-like catalyst, to truly develop super fast the Eververse together with you guys. The second big thing we need to do is be a magnet for talent. It's already the case, like a ton of talented people around here today. Amazing to see. How do we bring talent inside the team, and how do we bring it, the creative leaders of this world, into the community is the second big thing that we got to achieve. And last, we're going to need a strong connection. An alignment of incentives that is so powerful that our success becomes just inevitable. And this is why we're building in Web3. Decentralized IPs are the future. Anybody disagrees? Feel free. It's cool. Thank you. So we believe that the shared alignment of interest that NFTs provide in Web3 embodies a true revolution. In other words, Web3 is the future, whether you want it or not. We're here today not simply because we're investors in the Everai, we're dual holders, we're consumers of the Everai IP. But we're here today also because we want to be part of something bigger, something new, something that we build together. We want to own a piece of our own future, and this will become a lot more obvious towards the end of the event, as you'll see it unravel. We want to tell the world, not only you can have dreams that inspire people, look at us today, but you can manifest them into reality. And this is where we're going. So, on those good words, and talking about bringing things back into reality, I'd like to welcome back Alfred up on stage. I think he has something very special cooked up for you today. I want to take the time, though, to thank you so much for listening. I hope I wasn't too long, too boring. All right. And really looking forward to building the future of the Everai together with you. Next chapter is ours. Thank you, guys.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Loic, thank you so much for that. We really did appreciate that. But you did touch on something really important. What's in the next chapter? And that's what I'm here to share with everyone right now. Essentially, I want to give you guys a quick update about something on our roadmap, something very important. And therefore, I want to show you guys our first look into crew gear. Every cinematic sci-fi universe has its own unique visual style. The settings, the lighting, and definitely the clothes that characters wear. And so this hoodie will have swappable badges, such as this one. Well, it's kind of off, sorry about that. The quality is good, the quality of my hands and aim, not so good. That's why I'm Iron 1 in Valorant. Anyway, and speaking of mood, I just want to give a quick shout out to someone from the community that helped to set the mood for this video. The music in this video was made by Hook and Sling. So can we give you a big round of applause, Hook and Sling, wherever you are. Thank you so much. And I hope you guys are excited as we are. And we hope you guys enjoyed episode 1. Now, we're going to be resuming with episode 2 in a bit. But in the meantime, please feel free to check out, there's a dice board game, maybe if you can find it here in the venue. We have QR codes, or you can search on Instagram for our augmented reality duo filter. After this, immediately after this, Alan up there in the mezzanine, or in the flight deck, that's Alan right there. He's gonna be hosting a live broadcasted version of his podcast, Spacebar. And down in the hangar, if you guys haven't checked it out yet, there is a downstairs area. We have the immensely talented Josh Singh doing a live 3D art demonstration. And so while you're down there too, there is food and there is drink, so feel free to grab a bite and a drink. And we'll see you guys in about 10 to 15 minutes for episode 2. Thank you, everyone. Once again, I want to thank everyone out for coming. Everyone on stream, there's like over 250 of you guys. Thank you guys so much, again, for the overwhelming support of Everai. And now we want to go ahead and get started with episode 2. Now, as Loic mentioned earlier, the perfect origin story is essential to our plan, and we're ready to share that with you today. So to kick off episode 2, I'd like to invite someone who really doesn't need an intro. I'm pretty sure you guys have all heard him laugh before. You've seen his shit posts on Twitter, and you've heard him on various spaces. My good friend and your community director, Andalou.
Yo, thanks, Alfred, and thank you, everybody. Whether you were here with us today or you're watching on stream, I just want to take this moment and really thank you all. And I appreciate each and every single one of you. Some special shout-outs I see. The 9 Lions Alpha crew over here, the best Alpha Cord in all of Web3. The collab crew always out there hooking up the crew with every other project out there. We got some friends from the old worlds, Pat, friends from all over in chat. Shout out to chat right now. But before I ramble on, this tends to happen when I just do shout outs. So let's just get into it, yeah? Let's go. So our long-term goal here at Screenshot is to learn from past IP creation to create the next generation of cinematic and storytelling universes through Web3. Now, one thing for me that I'm really bullish on and always really honestly fell in love with growing up. I don't know, Gundam, Worlds of Evangelion. I don't know about y'all, but I got emotionally attached to everything that I watched. And to me, it's really all about that storytelling and that immersion within the world that gives us fuel for our imaginations. And that's really what we aspire to build here too. We grew up on 90s anime, we grew up on Star Wars. We want our kids to grow up on Everai. Now, today, we will explore the foundational pillars of the Everai universe as we get into the next chapter as well. So, let's go. So, for those of you that don't know, we're just going to quickly recap a little bit about what we know about the Everai lore. So, the story of the Everai and the Shodai takes place in a universe far, far, far ahead of our time. The Shodai's destiny is the destiny of all humanity within our worlds. Now, the Shodai are a peaceful and advanced civilization, but they are endlessly expanding into the deep corners of the galaxy while using their scientific breakthroughs to improve the universe. However, one by one, their worlds were destroyed by a new and overwhelming enemy. With few ways to defend themselves against this terrifying foe, they were driven to the brink of extinction. Morale began to wane as the Shodai lost many battles across the outer worlds. It wasn't until the creation of, lights though. It wasn't until the creation of the Everai that they found their first victory. This change in the war rekindled the hope of the Shodai and gave them a chance for a better future. However, the introduction of the Everai came a little too late. With the enemy on their doorstep, their home planet was destroyed. In a last-ditch effort, the Shodai launched mobile space colonies, the Ark, it's where we are now, actually, and then to ensure the survival of their future civilizations. It is here on the Ark that the Everai remain, to be awakened by the pilots and establish peace once again. The next step for the Eververse is to explore some of the events that led to the fall of the Shodai. We will do this through the Origin program, which you'll find out a little bit more in episode 3. Through the Origin program, we will all elevate our understanding of the overall Everai universe together. Now, as the Ark draws closer to its new home, the pilots have begun training with their Everai, and that's where we all come in. That's where you come in, that's where you come in, that's where all the holders come in. Now you are ready to become pilots in the Everai world. You are no longer just an ordinary crew member, but one of the key players who help us secure the future home of our people. But to be ready for the dangers that lie ahead, you are being called to begin your initiation as pilots through the Origin program. This program was developed to strengthen the bond between Everai and their pilots, and it is done by synchronizing your Everglyph with various memory cores. In order to secure a better future for us all, the key lies in the past. At the end of the trilogy today, we will all, as holders, take our first step on this new journey. So stay tuned. But wait, Alfred, I heard you might have something for the whole crew here, yeah?
Hello.
A little something, something? A little something,
I got
something?
you. Yo, can we give a real quick round of applause for Andrew real quick? Let's go, dude. Man, good job. Oh, I'm good. It's so funny because, you're usually hearing him on a computer with your headphones on, and now you actually get to see his face and how he reacts. We want to see more of that face, man. You should consider streaming. Think about it. Anyway, again, Andrew, thank you guys so much. And We'll see you guys in episode 3 in about 30 minutes. However, he did mention something really cool. And the fact that he mentioned was pilots. And so quick show of hands here. Who here is a holder?
You,
That's what I like to see. It's so crazy to think that you're a holder and you're a holder. I see you, Daph. You're a holder too. Up there, holders. And even you guys in stream, you guys are also holders. And every pilot needs an Everai. So today, we want to unveil in full scale what you will be piloting. For sticking around, and again, thank you to everyone on stream. Last time I checked, there was just a crap ton of people on stream, so thank you guys. All right, so welcome back, everyone. Hope you guys had a good break. This is the final episode of our trilogy. The thing that we've been building towards, our Big Bang. And earlier in this event, we highlighted the fact that Everai is a magnet for creative minds. So before we go on to the final song, let me introduce you guys to some of the people that have joined us on this journey. So first up, you might have seen him down in the hangar, adding the finishing touches to his Everai-inspired piece of art. He has been an art director for some of the biggest IPs and studios, including Blizzard and Riot. Please help me welcome Josh Singh. Hey man, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining us, by the way. Really appreciate it. So, you know what? I just want to ask you a few questions, if that's cool. So, as someone whose track record has been part of hugely successful IPs, can you share with us what separates the good and great IPs to give a lasting impression through different generations?
Absolutely. So I've been in the game development scene for like 18 years, and I've had a chance to work on failed projects and really successful projects and see the teams that are making this stuff. And I've worked on teams with tons of money and teams that don't have a lot of money. And at the end of the day, you know, I mean, money is important. You need the run. We need to survive.
Of course.
You need to eat. But you know, at the end of the day, the projects that really make a huge mark are the ones that have heart. The ones where the developers and the team actually really care about what they're making, the story they're trying to tell. Because after it's all said and done, it's about how people feel about something. You know, something could have production value up the wazoo, but it has no heart, nobody cares. But you can have something that some kid made in their garage, and it's just got so much character and heart, and you know, it's just got appeal, and people just gravitate to it.
So, like, what's an example that you can think of, you know, someone that was in their garage and, you know, just bleeding out the heart with, you know, sincerity?
Like in games or
Sure.
just in general? Oh man, you know, if you look at anything that started small and got huge, right? So, you know, if you look at like there's independent films, there's, you know, if you look at like early Quentin Tarantino stuff, like,
Exactly, yeah.
you know, these artisans and these people, they're doing it to make a statement. They're doing it to tell a story. They're telling it to say what they need to say, and that resonates with people. And once it resonates with a large audience, you know, then success, that sort of commercial success happens.
Yeah, I like something that you brought up there. It's they're not just telling a story, but they're telling their story, and it makes it really way more genuine, I believe.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you something. What inspires you about Everai?
So, okay, little bit of story, and you kick me if I'm going over time.
Gotcha.
Okay, so, you know, the NFT space is extremely. There's so much stuff happening, and it's just moving so fast. And as a digital artist, there's so many cool projects out there. So I'm like starting to investigate, right? And I'm like, do I want to get into this space, and who with, and what project. And I talked to a bunch of people, and then one of my old friends, Chris Kovalik, and Veranda Tantula from the Riot days, they kind of introduced me to the Everai project. And the more they talked, and when I talked to Brian, I talked to the Mehdi, I was like, these guys actually really care about this. And it sort of appealed to my sense of the value of these tokens being based on like a creative speculation, not so much like financial speculation. And so, if this world is growing out and watching really, really great teams create intellectual property or IP from scratch is a very difficult thing. I've seen really big studios struggle with it for years and years. And, these guys are doing it right. They have a strong foundation. And so I was like, yeah, I'll sculpt you something. I'll come to New York and hang out.
Gotcha. I really appreciate that. I mean, you said you worked with like big studios and whatnot, but earlier you also mentioned, those kids in the garage just sweating, getting their heart out there.
Yeah.
As someone that's part of the team, I truly do feel like that's us right now. We're just trying to get our story out there.
Yeah. Humble beginnings. That's where everything starts. You guys aren't that. Relatively speaking.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But again, thank you so much for your time and all your contributions to the community.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Thank you so much. All right, so as we mentioned earlier, one of our goals with Everai is to build a team of specialists from a wide variety of creative backgrounds and industries. And someone I want to bring up next has an awesome background. They joined the crew as a multimedia artist, and they come from the world of fine art and design. She's been helping us shape this immersive event that we are experiencing right now, both from the production and the conceptualization. Please help me introduce Aya.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you again for all this amazing stuff right now. Like, holy crap, I truly do believe like I'm in the Ark. So as an artist, do you think it's important for creatives to be actively involved in the space and, communities?
Yeah, of course. I think as creatives, our very much shared core value globally is progress and change. And Web3 is the pinnacle of progress at the moment. And so it can be intimidating, as creative or not, to enter the space, to kind of get involved in the communities. But it's really important to kind of overstep that fear and kind of have that courage and curiosity and be courageous enough and brave enough to ask questions and be ready to not know things first. But after that, it's really rewarding. Yeah.
Thank you. And, this is the earlier foray of your foray into Web3. What inspires you about Everai?
Oh, so I've been a sci-fi geek pretty much all of my life. So starting from the very classics like Stanislav Lem and Asimov, to first like Blade Runner and Ghost in the Shell. And then when I was introduced to Everai by Mehdi, one of my good artist friends, who was behind a lot of the art on Everai. I was like, Mehdi. Sign me in. Honestly, it was a no-brainer. And what really impresses me about the project is how passionate and enthusiastic and loyal you guys are through all the highs and lows. And just knowing the crew more and more every day, I keep being in awe with just how everyone is passionate about the project. Yeah.
Cool. Well, again, thank you so much for everything, and thank you for this amazing experience that you've given us. And last but not least, our final guest for this evening, having acted as a creative director and executive producer for other huge companies and huge brands such as Paramount and Nickelodeon, he has become a Goliath in the entertainment industry. He is also one of our advisors here at Screenshot and has been with us since the very beginning. This man needs no introduction. I would like to go ahead and pull up Veranda, AKA V.
What's up, everyone?
There it is. We got some energy up in here. Yo, real quick, thank you so much for joining us on this journey all the way from a year ago, and also taking time out of your extremely busy NFT week.
No, you're overhyping it.
Okay, I'm trying
I'm
to
just
hype you
happy
up.
that you all let an old guy like me still hang out.
Oh no, oh, absolutely, man. Well, for those of us out here and on stream that don't know you, can you give us a little bit of your background, what you've worked on in the past?
Yeah, absolutely. The quick version of it is for about the last 15 and 20 years, I've worked in helping bring entertainment IPs to life. In my 20s, was over at Paramount Pictures and helped them bring things like Nickelodeon, Transformers, the first couple of Marvel movies to people's homes and things like that. And then more recently, the last decade, the last sort of 8 years or so, worked with a few companies, but most notably Riot Games, where I was over there and helped, helped lead the bringing kind of the IP of League of Legends to life in people's day-to-day lives. So things like the World's opening ceremonies, music, KDA, projects like that.
That's amazing. Well, like I mentioned earlier, you've been with us on this journey for about a year now. We've had highs, we've had lows, good and bads. What insight can you share with everyone about our journey so far?
Yeah, absolutely. So much like several other people on the project, I got kind of connected in a very random way. At the tail end of my career at Riot Games, I had the honor of leading a project, a collaboration between League of Legends and Louis Vuitton. And actually, funny enough, Louis Vuitton has an innovation team. There was a gentleman named Alex Free that we worked with. Alex is friends with Brian, connected us. And about a year ago, when my business partner Michael and I co-founded our current company, we have a creative studio and agency called Potion Projects. We started working with Brian and the team at Screenshot. We work with a lot of startups to help advise them, and Michael will play kind of like an interim COO role. As you saw today, we have officially finally have a COO in Loic, which is awesome. And then I'll play like an interim sort of creative and recruiting role. And a lot of our role really was Michael on strategy, working with Brian and team, and then myself, really a lot of helping with recruiting and things like that. Loic and I were former colleagues. A lot of you guys were at former companies and things like that.
Exactly.
So it's been a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm just like at the end of the day, just huge kind of like geek fandom kind of nerd, and it's just fun building this stuff. Yeah.
Love it. I love it. And again, last and final question: what inspires you about Everai?
Oh, I mean, everything inspires me about Everai. Like, meaning specifically, I've always been one to like push out of boxes. I hate boxes. I hate kind of having to be categorized as one thing, like, oh, you're a music guy, or you're a fashion guy, or an art guy, or whatever. I like it all. So I think there's endless possibility here. Grew up a huge giant robot nerd. Like, in my day, it was more like OG, Transformers, Voltron, things like that. We didn't have an internet, so we had to go to like really shady comic conventions and get like VHSs. In 1993, a buddy of mine named Ken Nagao, who is actually from Japan, I think we were 12 or something, he showed me Akira, so I'm actually wearing this Akira t-shirt, and it kind of messed up my brain as a 12-year-old. But yeah, after that, I just kind of got in a deep rabbit hole and started discovering stuff later on, like Evangelion and things like that. And I love the aspiration here of like, look, we've been using the word cinematic over and over tonight.
Yeah.
That is a lofty, giant goal, right? And that's, if we're going to do something like that, that's a multi-year goal. But I think what it shows, and the reason that Potion loves working with Screenshot and the Everai team, is that they're incredibly long-term based, right? And they're thinking about a multi-year sort of business plan and things like that. So it's very exciting, and we're here to help build. In the short term, we'll be, over the next couple months, giving small doses of creative and storytelling in a couple different mediums.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, thank you again so much, man.
Cheers. Thanks
we
for
really
having
do
me.
Appreciate it.
Thank you
so
all.
much.
Thanks for being here with us.
Seriously, he's been a tremendous inspiration for our team. I myself wouldn't be here right now had it not been for him. So again, V, thank you so much. And that shirt, really, really dope.
Pleasure. Thank you.
All right, so we're about to wrap up our event here. But before we do, I would like to call up our CEO, our fearless leader, Brian Sasak. Brian? Oh, Brian, sorry, Brian!
Wow, this is
Sorry, I'm still trying to learn French.
All right, thank you everyone. Thank you, Alfred, for this introduction. My name is pretty hard to say, so I don't know bad for that. Thank you everyone for being here today. I hope you appreciated this moment we had together. We really wanted to, coming from around the world, from both the team sides, the community sides, to meet you today and to explain you what we wanted to do about what we are about to work on, and I really appreciate that. So I think all of those things today comes from one thing. I just wanted to say thank you. First, I wanted to say thank you to my team, Screenshot, all of you guys that has been making this today. I know you don't know it, you don't see that, but we work every day. We give everything we have on the table to make this happening, and I really want to underline this amazing work that has been done here. I want to thank as well, the people that are working on the designs. You see it. We want to work and we want to create amazing arts. I hope you enjoyed the environment today, and I want to give a huge shout out to Quentin, which is not here unfortunately today, but that made all this arc here that you see around yourself. And yeah, this is really definitely something that we wanted to talk about. Thanks to V, our advisors, everyone that are helping us on these things. Thanks to our investors that are believing in us. Thanks to every people today that make this possible. All the Potion team, CMC, Alan, Aya, all the people at Lightbox, and Josh as well for all the amazing work that you've been doing downstairs. And I just want to say one last thank you to our community, the crew people that are here today. You are the person that we work for, basically. We want to do an amazing things, and you are the reason why we do all of these. So thank you very much for being present with us today. So we all came all the way through New York for specific things to start something. So one more thing. The Ark is about to depart from New York City, and we have a final surprise for you. We hope you enjoy the merch. We hope you enjoy the full-size body duo, but eventually we have final things for you. We are right now, of this moment, we are officially launching the Origin program. And so for all our holders here today, you're gonna be able right now to synchronize your duo to eventually claim your gift. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good time.